Aldi people swear by Aldi. Walmart people defend Walmart. Everyone has an opinion. Nobody has data. I spent 3 months settling this. $500 at each store. Same week, same list, same quantities, every price documented, every receipt photographed, blind taste tests, hidden costs calculated, including your time, which has a dollar value nobody talks about. The results shocked me. The cheapest store wasn't Aldi. It wasn't Walmart either. It was a system. A combination most shoppers never figure out. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to buy what and stop wasting money at both stores. Stick around. The final answer saved my family $2,400 a year. Let's break this down. The experiment. $500 at each store. The shopping list covered 1 month for a family of 4. I didn't wing it. I consulted USDA food consumption data, surveyed families about actual buying habits, and built a list that reflects how real people shop, not some idealized version where everyone meal preps from scratch and never buys chips. The breakdown: 30% proteins and meat, 12 pounds chicken breast, 8 pounds ground beef, 4 pounds pork chops, 3 pounds bacon, 2 pounds deli turkey, 20% dairy and eggs, 4 gallons milk, 4 dozen eggs, 3 pounds butter, 2 pounds each of shredded and block cheese, yogurt, sour cream, 15% produce, bananas, apples, oranges, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, onions, potatoes, carrots, plus 6 bags of frozen vegetables, 20% pantry staples, pasta, rice, canned tomatoes, sauce, beans, bread, cereal, peanut butter, jelly, 10% snacks and beverages, chips, crackers, granola bars, coffee, 5% household basics, dish soap, laundry detergent, paper towels, toilet paper. The totals: Walmart, $487.63. Aldi, $342.18. Difference: $145.45. Aldi was 30% cheaper. That number surprised me. I expected Aldi to be cheaper. I didn't expect it to be this much cheaper. 30% on a monthly grocery run means $1,745 annually. For a family watching every dollar, that's a car insurance payment. That's a family vacation. That's real money. But that $145 came with trade-offs that deserve honest examination, because the number on the receipt doesn't tell the full story, and anyone who tells you it does is selling you something. The trade-offs. What $145 actually cost time surprised me. I timed both trips from pulling into the parking lot to loading the last bag. Walmart, 1 hour, 15 minutes. One stop, everything on the list, done. The sprawling lot, the massive layout, the checkout line behind 3 full carts, it all added up. Aldi, 35 minutes in store. The compact layout meant I could see the entire store from the entrance. No wandering down endless aisles. The limited selection eliminated decision paralysis. I grabbed one of 2 options and moved on. Instead of the 5 minutes I spent staring at 15 pasta sauces at Walmart. But Aldi didn't carry everything. I made a second Walmart stop for missing items. 25 minutes, total Aldi time, 1 hour across 2 trips. Still 15 minutes faster than Walmart alone, but 2 stops instead of 1. The missing items list was revealing. My preferred sensitive skin laundry detergent, a specific coffee, fresh sliced deli turkey, name brand chips my kids wanted, granola bars for my daughter's school lunches, the pasta sauce my husband insists on, the toilet paper we've used for years. These aren't exotic requests. They're the brand-specific habits that families develop over time and don't easily surrender. Quality went both directions. Some Aldi products were noticeably superior. The bread was fresher. The Moser Roth chocolate was dramatically better. It tasted like it belonged in a specialty shop. The aged cheddar had the complex, sharp flavor profile you'd expect from an artisan cheese counter. But some fell short. Paper towels were thinner, requiring 2 sheets where Walmart's great value needed 1. A trash bag ripped while I was tying it, something that's never happened with Walmart bags. The frozen pizza selection was maybe 5 options versus Walmart's entire dedicated freezer section. And then there was the family factor. My daughter inspected the Aldi chips and announced, "These aren't the real ones." My husband noticed the coffee switch within 1 sip. My son refused to eat the chips at all, insisting they tasted weird, even though he's eaten identical store-brand chips at friends' houses without complaint. These reactions don't show up on receipts, but they affect household peace in ways that matter. The $145 savings was real. The compromises were also real. The question is which ones you can live with. If you're finding this useful, hit like and subscribe, because the category by category breakdown is where the real patterns emerge. Category 1, meat, the most complicated category. Meat is where the comparison gets genuinely nuanced, because you have to decide what you're comparing. At face value, Walmart wins on conventional meat. Chicken breast, $3.48 per pound at Walmart versus $4.99 at Aldi. Ground beef, $4.68 versus $5.49. If you're just looking at the cheapest chicken available, Walmart is cheaper, but Aldi's standard meat is the Never Any line. Antibiotic-free, hormone-free. When you compare equivalent quality, the numbers flip completely. Walmart organic chicken, $7.48 per pound. Aldi Never Any, chicken on sale, $2.99, less than half. Walmart organic ground beef, $7.98. Aldi Never Any, on sale, $3.49. Again, less than half. I confirmed the sourcing. Aldi's Never Any meets the same USDA standards as Walmart's organic line, just without the formal organic certification, which reduces costs. The key phrase is on sale. Aldi's meat goes on sale in rotating cycles. Chicken every 3 to 4 weeks, ground beef every 2 to 3, pork on a similar schedule. If you track the pattern, buy in bulk during sales, and freeze. You beat Walmart on both price and quality. But if you need chicken today and it's not on sale, Walmart wins on conventional options. A woman in Colorado documented 6 months of this approach. She spent $340 on meat at Aldi by shopping exclusively during sales and freezing everything. The same quantity at Walmart, $680 for conventional, $950 for organic. She saved either $340 or $610 depending on comparison point. I tracked the cycles myself for 3 months. The rotation was predictable. Chicken breast on sale weeks 1 and 4, ground beef weeks 2 and 5, pork week 3. Once I learned the pattern, I could plan meals around what would be on sale, buying enough to last until the next cycle. The $150 chest freezer I bought paid for itself in saved meat costs within 3 months. It's the single highest ROI investment in this entire strategy. Meat verdict. Aldi wins decisively if you plan around sale cycles. Walmart wins for convenience and immediate needs. The strategic shopper uses both. Aldi for planned bulk purchases on sale weeks, Walmart for the occasional emergency chicken breast. Category 2, dairy, Aldi's most dominant category. This wasn't close. Eggs, $1.49 at Aldi, $2.98 at Walmart. A 50% gap. I checked prices over several weeks. Aldi consistently undercut Walmart by 40 to 50% on eggs. Milk, $2.89 versus $3.88, a 26% difference for identical regional dairy meeting the same USDA standards, same fat content, same nutrition panel, same freshness, different price. Butter, $2.99 versus $3.88. The Irish butter comparison gets dramatic. $2.99 at Aldi for Countryside Creamery versus $5.48 at Walmart for Kerrygold. I compared ingredients, manufacturing methods, and taste. Both are grass-fed Irish butter. The taste difference was negligible. You're paying double at Walmart for the Kerrygold label. Cheese, $1.99 versus $2.48 for shredded cheddar. The specialty cheese gap widens further. Aldi's aged reserve white cheddar at $2.95 versus $4.98 to $5.98 for comparable aged cheddar at Walmart, even accounting for Aldi's slightly smaller 7-ounce block. I ran a blind cheese tasting. 5 people, 3 preferred Aldi, 1 preferred Walmart, 1 couldn't tell. The cheaper cheese won the taste test. Let that sink in for a moment. The product that costs 40 to 50% less was preferred by a majority of tasters. This isn't supposed to happen in consumer goods, but it keeps happening at Aldi. A family in Michigan tracked dairy spending obsessively for a full year. They saved $543 by buying all dairy at Aldi instead of Walmart. Same products, same quantities, nothing changed except which store they walked into. They put the monthly savings in a physical jar on the kitchen counter. By December, they had enough to fund their family vacation. The jar became a motivational tool, visible proof that small weekly decisions compound into something meaningful. Monthly dairy savings, $42 to $48. Annually, $504 to $576 on dairy alone. Dairy verdict, Aldi wins across every product, every week, without exception. This is the single strongest reason to shop Aldi. Category 3, Pantry staples. Aldi's most consistent advantage pantry staples are where Aldi's model works most efficiently because these products are functionally identical regardless of brand. Pasta, 89 cents at Aldi versus $1.24 at Walmart. Rice, $1.79 versus $2.58. Canned tomatoes, 65 cents versus 88 cents. Beans, 65 cents versus 88 cents. Pasta sauce, 89 cents to $1.99 versus $1.48 to $2.68. Flour, $1.99 versus $2.78. Sugar, $2.19 versus $2.98. Peanut butter, $1.89 versus $2.48. Olive oil, $4.99 versus $6.48. The pattern holds across every item. Aldi undercuts Walmart by 25 to 35%. I cooked with both brands extensively. Pasta boiled identically, rice cooked identically, canned tomatoes were indistinguishable in sauce. I made the same marinara recipe with Aldi and Walmart canned tomatoes on consecutive nights and served them to my family without labeling. Nobody noticed a difference. Nobody even commented. There is no quality sacrifice in this category, just pure price advantage. A food blogger ran a full pantry overhaul experiment. She replaced every single staple with the Aldi equivalent and documented the process with receipt photos. Initial trip, $87 at Aldi for items that would have cost $124 at Walmart. Every restock trip saved $37. Hundreds of followers replicated the results and posted their own receipts. The consistency was remarkable, savings of 25 to 35% across the board, regardless of region or specific product mix. Monthly pantry savings, $47. Annually, $564 on pasta, rice, canned goods, and baking supplies. For families that cook from scratch regularly, this is the category where switching to Aldi pays for itself most quickly and most reliably. Pantry verdict, Aldi dominates. If you cook from scratch, this category alone justifies making Aldi your primary store. Category 4, bread and bakery. The most surprising gap. Bread pricing was almost comical in its lopsidedness. Standard sandwich bread, 85 cents at Aldi versus $1.68 at Walmart. Nearly half price for functionally identical bread. Same ingredients, same shelf life, same texture. Artisan bread is where the gap becomes insulting. Aldi's specially selected par-baked loaves cost $2.99. You finish them in your oven for 10 minutes. Crackling crust, soft, airy interior. Your house smells like a boulangerie. Walmart's market-side artisan bread runs $3.98 to $4.48 for pre-baked loaves with soft crust, dense interior, and flat flavor. You're paying more at Walmart for objectively worse bread. That's rare in grocery comparisons. Usually cheaper means compromise. Here, cheaper means better. Hawaiian sweet rolls, $2.49 at Aldi versus $5.48 for King's Hawaiian at Walmart. I compared ingredients, nearly identical. The Aldi version tasted sweeter in blind testing. Hot dog and hamburger buns, 89 cents versus $1.48. I started buying Aldi artisan loaves 5 at a time and freezing them. Unexpected dinner guests, 12 minutes in the oven and your house smells like a French bakery. It's transformed how we do bread entirely. No more stale ends sitting in the bag for days. Every loaf is fresh because you're finishing it right before eating. People buy 5 to 10 loaves during a single trip. The freezer makes this possible, and the quality justifies it. One comparison shopper summarized it perfectly. Aldi's $2.99 artisan bread beats Walmart's $4.48 bread on quality while costing 33% less. You're saving money and getting a superior product. That's supposed to be impossible. Monthly bread savings for a family buying 4 loaves weekly, approximately $13. Annually, $156. Bread verdict. Aldi wins on both price and quality. Walmart doesn't compete here. Category 5, frozen foods, where Walmart fights back. This is the first category where Walmart becomes genuinely competitive. Frozen vegetables, 85 cents to $1.29 at Aldi versus 98 cents to $1.38 at Walmart. Aldi leads by 10 to 15%. Frozen pizza, $3.49 to $4.99 versus $3.98 to $5.48. Aldi edges ahead by 10 to 12%. Ice cream, $2.99 to $3.49 versus $2.98 to $3.48. Essentially tied. Frozen chicken nuggets, $4.99 for 29 ounces at Aldi versus $5.48 for 32 ounces at Walmart. Walmart actually wins per ounce here. Walmart's massive volume deals with frozen food manufacturers show up in this category. Aldi's limited selection, maybe 80 frozen items versus Walmart's 500 plus, means they can't always match Walmart's frozen food pricing or variety. Aldi maintains a slight overall edge on price, but this is genuinely competitive territory. Some specific items favor Walmart outright. The 25 to 35% advantage that Aldi enjoys in dairy and pantry shrinks to 5 to 15% in frozen foods and occasionally disappears entirely. Frozen verdict, slight Aldi advantage overall, but Walmart is legitimately competitive. This is not the category to make a separate trip for. If you're already at Walmart, buy your frozen items there without guilt. Category 6, selection and variety. Walmart wins by default. This isn't a competition. Walmart carries 100,000 plus products. Aldi carries 1,400. Need a specific brand? Walmart has it. Need ethnic ingredients for Thai curry, curry paste, coconut cream, fish sauce, galangal, lemongrass, Kaffir lime leaves? Walmart has an entire aisle. Aldi has none of it. Making Indian food? Walmart stocks 20 spice blends, multiple types of lentils, paneer, and specialty flours. Aldi has maybe 3 basic spices. Want to cook authentic Mexican? Dried chilies, masa harina, cotija cheese, Mexican oregano? Walmart has a dedicated section. Aldi has salsa. Specialty dietary needs amplify the gap. Walmart has extensive gluten-free, keto, vegan, and allergen-free sections. A family with celiac described their reality. We love Aldi's prices, but their gluten-free section is maybe 10 to 15 items. Walmart has an entire aisle with 100 plus options. For us, Walmart isn't optional. It's medically necessary. Non-food items extend the advantage further. Pharmacy, electronics, clothing, home goods, auto supplies. Walmart is a one-stop ecosystem. Aldi has rotating Aldi finds that may or may not include what you need on any given week. Aldi's limited selection is a deliberate cost-cutting strategy, and for most families buying mainstream groceries, it works fine. But for anyone with specific brand preferences, diverse cooking interests, or dietary restrictions, Walmart becomes necessary regardless of price. Selection verdict: Walmart wins decisively. This is the primary reason most families can't shop exclusively at Aldi. The hidden cost. Time has dollar value. This is the factor most comparisons ignore, and it changes the math significantly. Aldi trip, 25 to 35 minutes for a full cart. Walmart trip, 60 to 90 minutes for the same items. The difference comes from Walmart's massive footprint. More walking, more searching, longer checkout lines, a sprawling parking lot, but Aldi's limited selection means many families need a second stop. One strategic shopper calculated her typical week. 30 minutes at Aldi plus 20 minutes at Walmart for supplementary items versus 75 minutes for everything at Walmart alone. Aldi was still faster, but 2 trips instead of 1. If you value your time at $20 per hour, a reasonable opportunity cost estimate, the 30 to 45 extra minutes Walmart requires costs $10 to $15 per trip. That's $40 to $60 monthly, or $480 to $720 annually in time value. This actually increases Aldi's advantage. The price savings plus the time savings compound into a significant annual difference. But time calculations are personal, not universal. For parents with young children, loading 2 kids in and out of car seats twice for a 2-stop shopping trip has a sanity cost that no spreadsheet captures. For elderly shoppers, driving between stores in winter is exhausting and potentially dangerous. For anyone working 2 jobs with a packed schedule, simplicity has value that transcends arithmetic. Time verdict: Aldi is faster per trip and faster overall for most shoppers, but the 2-stop reality matters more for some families than the time savings. The quality test, blind taste results. I ran blind taste tests with 5 family members across 7 product categories. Numbered containers, randomized placement, nobody knew which store supplied which sample. Shredded cheese, Aldi Happy Farms versus Walmart, great value, dead tie. 2 votes each way, 1 no preference. Testers couldn't distinguish them. Verdict: identical. Pasta, Aldi Regano versus Walmart, great value, tested plain, then with sauce. Complete indifference from all 5 tasters. Verdict: identical. Canned vegetables, no distinguishable difference. Green beans tasted like green beans. Verdict: identical. Yogurt, slight Aldi preference at 56% to 44%. Comments: creamier, better flavor. Verdict: marginally better at Aldi. Frozen pizza, strong Aldi preference at 68% to 32%. Better crust, more flavorful sauce, better cheese melt. Verdict: noticeably superior at Aldi. Chocolate, Aldi Moser Roth versus Walmart store brand. Overwhelming Aldi preference at 82% to 18%. Tastes expensive. Actually has chocolate flavor, smooth and rich. Walmart's was described as waxy and chemical tasting. This was the widest gap in the entire test. And it's worth noting that the winning chocolate cost $1.79, while the losing chocolate cost $1.98. Cheaper and dramatically better. Verdict: not even close. Coffee, slight Aldi preference at 58% to 42%. Verdict: marginally better. A food industry insider explained the pattern. I've worked with both retailers on private label development. Aldi's quality specifications are often more stringent than Walmart's. Their tolerances are tighter. The rejection rates are higher. Walmart optimizes for scale and consistency. Aldi optimizes for quality within their limited range. You're frequently getting better products for less money. And that's not an accident, it's a deliberate strategy. The "you get what you pay for" assumption collapses here. Aldi matches or beats Walmart on quality while costing 25 to 30% less. The trade-off isn't quality, it never was. It's selection and convenience. That's what the $145 buys you at Walmart. Not better food, access to more food. Which store fits your life? This is where honest analysis replaces cheerleading for either store. Choose Aldi if you cook from scratch, can shop Wednesday mornings for best selection, have freezer space for bulk purchases, value lowest cost over convenience, don't have major dietary restrictions, and are comfortable with 1 to 2 options per category instead of 15. Choose Walmart if you need one-stop shopping above all else, require extensive variety or specific name brands, have dietary restrictions needing specialty items, cook diverse ethnic cuisines, or simply value your time more than the savings. Use both strategically if you want maximum savings with manageable effort. This is where most families land, and it's where the real optimization happens. 3 real families, 3 approaches. A family of 4 in Ohio went all in on Aldi. Wednesday shopping, meat sales tracked religiously, bulk freezing. Annual grocery spending, $4,200. The same food at Walmart, $8,500. Savings, $4,300 per year. They track every receipt in a spreadsheet. 5 years of documented savings totaling over $21,000. That's not a theoretical calculation. That's 5 years of receipts in a spreadsheet confirming that grocery strategy has real financial consequences. A family with gluten and dairy restrictions shops primarily Walmart with occasional Aldi trips for basics. Their dietary needs make Walmart's selection essential. They save $400 to $600 annually versus shopping at higher-end stores. A retired couple shops 90% Aldi, hitting Walmart once monthly for items Aldi doesn't carry well. Annual savings versus Walmart only, $1,800 to $2,200. Different lives, different strategies, optimized. The winning strategy, the Aldi First system. After 3 months of testing every combination, here's the system that maximizes savings without making grocery shopping a second job. Every Wednesday morning at Aldi, all dairy and eggs, all bread, all pantry staples, meat only if on sale. If yes, buy 15 to 20 pounds and freeze. Produce, inspected carefully, bought if it looks excellent. Frozen vegetables always. Time, 30 to 40 minutes. Savings versus Walmart, $80 to $100. Once monthly at Walmart, meat if skipped at Aldi, all household goods, specialty items. Aldi doesn't carry, specific name brands the family insists on. Produce if Aldi's look questionable, pharmacy needs. Time, 60 to 75 minutes. This delivers 75% of groceries from Aldi at maximum savings categories, 25% from Walmart for things Aldi doesn't carry or isn't competitive on. One woman who perfected this system, I spend $420 monthly for my family of 4. Same groceries entirely at Walmart, $620. The Aldi First approach saves $200 per month without quality sacrifice. That's $2,400 annually. The rules that make it work. Track Aldi meat sales religiously. Never buy household goods at Aldi. The savings aren't there. Be flexible on produce. Resist Aldi fines unless they're on your list. Maintain separate Aldi and Walmart lists. Shop Aldi Wednesday mornings when stock is freshest. Net result, $1,500 to $2,400 annual savings versus Walmart only shopping, reduced to 1 weekly trip plus 1 monthly trip. Most emergency runs eliminated because your freezer and pantry stay stocked from Wednesday Aldi trips. One woman who perfected the system over 2 years. I spend $420 monthly for my family of 4. Same groceries entirely at Walmart, $620. The Aldi First approach saves $200 per month without quality sacrifice. That's $2,400 annually. In 3 years, we saved enough for a down payment on a used car, all from changing where we buy, not what. The rules: track Aldi meat sales religiously. Never buy household goods at Aldi. Be flexible on produce. Inspect it, buy what looks good, skip what doesn't. Resist Aldi fines unless they're planned. Maintain separate Aldi and Walmart lists. Shop Aldi Wednesday mornings when stock is freshest. Strategic shopping beats loyal shopping every time. The final analysis. Which is cheaper? Aldi by 25 to 30% on comparable items. Which has better quality? Aldi matches or beats Walmart in blind taste tests across most categories, while costing less. Which has better selection? Walmart by an enormous margin. This is Aldi's one genuine weakness, and the reason most families can't use it exclusively. Which is faster? Aldi by 15 to 45 minutes per trip, depending on list size. What should you do? Stop being loyal to either store? The people saving the most money aren't Aldi people or Walmart people. They're strategic people who use each store for what it does best. Aldi for dairy, eggs, bread, pantry staples, sale-priced meat, frozen vegetables, chocolate, and coffee. Walmart for variety, name brands, household goods, specialty items, and dietary-specific products. That's not a compromise, that's optimization. And it's what the data, 3 months of receipts, blind taste tests, time tracking, and family feedback consistently supports. The winning strategy isn't choosing a store, it's building a system. The people saving $2,000 to $4,000 a year aren't luckier than you. They're not more disciplined. They just figured out which store does what best, and they stopped paying loyalty premiums to either one. If this changed how you think about grocery shopping, hit subscribe. We're running real comparisons with real data so you always know where your dollar goes furthest. I'll see you in the next one.